Okay, welcome back to shelf 2 of the collection. Last shelf we had the Criterions and the start of the different directors' collections, Alfred Hitchcock, Akira Kurosawa, Woody Allen. Today we're going to continue on with the last of those collections and a couple of other collections in the beginning of the Blu-ray alphabet. So firstly, we have Sergio Leone's anthology. This includes the Dollars trilogy and also Dakusaka, which is the longer version of the cut down American version called A Fistful of Dollars. The longer European version is called Dakusaka. It has quite a bit of a different meaning than when you watch that version. Anyway, this is the DVD of that. The Blu-rays of the Dollars trilogy have a lot of DNR issues, so I have not bothered picking those up. I'm pretty satisfied with the way these look. So if they bring out a better transfer, which is unlikely in the near future, I might look at them. And also Dakusaka isn't available on Blu-ray at all. So there you go, there's the back. It has all the movies listed there. It's a pretty nice little set. The other two Sergio Leone ones I have are on Blu-ray, and that's Once Upon a Time in the West and Once Upon a Time in America. Both epics. This is one of my favourite films of all time. I love them both though, and there is a longer version of this coming to Blu-ray, I believe, once they sort out some legal issues. They played a semi-restored version, which was another 25 minutes or so longer at Cannes this year, but there's apparently an even longer version on the way. It's already 4 hours, so it's getting pretty long. Next we have Jean-Pierre Melville. You would have seen I talked about him quite a bit in the last video, because I had a few in the Criterion collection. This is a DVD box set that includes Bob Le Flamboyant, Leon Modern Priest, Le Doulos, Army of Shadows, Le Cercle Rouge, and Un Flic. It's a great set. Got it really cheap from Amazon.co.uk. It's a good introduction to Melville for anyone who wants to pick it up. I think it's still available. Nice artwork. And the only Blu-ray I have of Melville's work is Le Cercle Rouge, which I doubled up there because it's in the DVD set, but this is actually my favourite of his films, and I couldn't resist getting this Blu-ray. Criterion have one, but this is the Studio Canal one. I actually prefer the way this one looks. They have a slightly different sort of coloration to them. It's a pretty cool set. I should mention that any videos which touch base on any of these items, I'll be putting the links down in the description. Next we have the Avengers set. I decided to keep the Avengers films all together, as you can buy them in a box set, but I had these already. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and Avengers. I just keep them in the order they came out. And of these, my favourite's the Avengers. Then followed by Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Incredible Hulk, and Iron Man 2 I wasn't that fond of, but it's good to have the whole set. Next we have the Bond set. Has all the Bond films from Eon Productions in it. I've got videos on that. I'll put the links below. A lot of videos, extensive videos on that, worth checking out. And the other Bond film I have, of course, is Never Say Never Again on Blu-ray, which I love this film, and there's also a video on that. Then we have the Pixar collection. There's Finding Nemo, The Incredibles. These are just alphabetical, by the way. Ratatouille, underrated. Toy Story collection. I'm thinking about getting the 3D collection of this to add to this. Up, 3D, filmed in 3D, and Wall-E. I do like Bug's Life, but I don't think I'll own it. And I don't like the Two Cars films or Monsters Inc. And I like Brave, but I'm not sure if I'll own that either. But those ones are essential to me. Okay, this is where we start with the alphabet. From here on the shelf, the rest of this particular shelving unit has the films, the Blu-ray films all in alphabetical order, and the Blu-ray television in alphabetical order. We're starting off with the numbers, of course, and we have 2001: A Space Odyssey. Looks amazing on Blu-ray. And its sequel, 2010, underrated sequel. Not such a nice Blu-ray transfer. Then we have Above the Law, but we also have the two Under Siege films in there. I just keep this under A for Above the Law because it's my favourite of these three Seagal films. I don't particularly love Under Siege 2. It has its moments, but really the first five Seagal films, finishing with Under Siege, are all action classics. And I highly recommend. We have Akira on Blu-ray, one of the greatest animes of all time. Looks really nice, much better than the DVD. We have the Alien Anthology and Prometheus. I just keep Prometheus with the Alien films rather than putting it under P. This is the 3D version of Prometheus. It has the extra bonus features that the 2D version doesn't. And of course this is the Alien Anthology set with the 4 Alien films. Kind of wish I just got the first 3 in the trilogy and then not bothered with number 4. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted there. Where were we? We were up to... It's the almost famous bootleg cut, director's edition, is the extended cut with an extra 30 odd minutes. And this one has all the special features. The theatrical cut is very slim pickings on the special features. And yeah, it's a really good little set. Here's the Amazing Spider-Man 3D edition, 3D and 2D of course. I actually think this is far superior to the Raimi trilogy, which I thought were pretty much garbage. And The American, a really great film from Anton Corbijn, the director of Control. He was also a great photographer. Really stunning look, kind of a throwback to the 70s, and just a really good film. Quite slow, not for the ADD at heart, but it's really underrated, worth checking out. Probably one of my best films of that year. Angel Heart. Oh, I love this film. It's one of my favourites of all time. Kind of like it's a neo-noir with Mickey Rourke, Rob De Niro, Lisa Bonet, and it's got some really great stuff going on. I recommend that highly. Billy Wilder's The Apartment. Wonderful film. You can watch it again and again, and the Blu-ray looks spectacular on black and white. Okay, this is the real deal right here. Apocalypse Now. You know, probably the greatest film ever made. This is the edition to get, the 3-disc full disclosure edition, as it contains you know, both versions of the film, the theatrical version being the superior one in my opinion, but it has both versions and all the special features that have been released prior, plus the Heart of Darkness documentary on another disc, which is a full-length documentary filmed at the time of the making, and it's a really you know, excellent piece. Back to the Future trilogy with all the bells and whistles. You know, don't need to say any more than that. It's just a classic that can be watched over and over. Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. This film is crazy. I like this film. I'm not a big fan of Nicolas Cage. I think he ruins a lot of movies, but he is cast to perfection here. This one, I prefer it to the original, although they have very little in common. You know, Werner Herzog didn't even want to make call this Bad Lieutenant. It's just the producers had the rights to that name. They're very, very different films, other than the cops being kind of unhinged in both. I think this is a much better film. And one of the great thrillers of all time, Basic Instinct, Paul Verhoeven. Excellent film. Okay, that's it for this shelf. We'll carry on with the alphabet on shelf 3 next time.